snack. I needed something with a little fat. I didn't have a lot of fat in my, I guess I didn't have enough at lunch. And I don't have any more sweet potatoes cooked. I ran out, so I need to buy more. So I have a piece of my whole wheat bread that I made myself. Last night, I have a half of a tablespoon of this sun butter and a couple of tablespoons of my 0 Point blueberry homemade compote. And then, what is that? Cashew milk. It's like a half of a cup of cashew milk for 1 point. How are you?
Oh,
she's my little sweet pea. Come here, wanna come say hi? This is Misty. Hi, Misty. She's my baby girl. Yes, she is, and I love her so much. Okay, so I was going through some junk mail here, and I saw this coupon here because I used to get this all the time. Well, not all the time. This used to be one of my favorite things. Was a dipped cone. I really like it. Okay, it's still Friday, and I wanted to check in. I just went to Sprouts. Last time, on my last video, I talked about challenging myself to do a $50 grocery budget a week. It's usually about $200, maybe more if I take another trip back during the week, but that is all inclusive of toiletries and cleaners and pet food, you know, and everything kind of like in one lump sum. And so I'm just talking about groceries, and I need to shop my pantry and freezer, and I just kind of want to bring my waste level down. Not my waste, you know, I'm talking about like, I don't want to waste food. Okay, so one thing that hubby and I are doing is doing the Dave Ramsey baby steps, you know, eliminate all your debt. You know, we only want our mortgage payment, and then we can attack that, you know. And so there's not a lot of debt that we have. We've kind of steered clear of a lot of it, but the few things that we have to pay on, they're just kind of nuisancey, and I just like to go ahead and just pay them off and be done with them. You know, and so I realized that there was a lot of leaks going out in our budget, overspending. There was entertainment, groceries and food and restaurants and things like that was just a little bit too high. And so we decided to pull that back, take those extra funds, and then just knock these debts out and then be free of them once and for all. And so I'm really trying to, now I think 50 a week for groceries is very ambitious, but I like a good challenge, and I just like to pull it back once in a while and see, because this is not going to stay here, but maybe this week it will, but maybe not next week, and then the following week maybe it will, but not the next week. So I really want to try to, I think bringing it down to 50 is really going to force me to hone in on some money saving techniques. Rather than just trimming the edges, it'll really help me to be a lot more aware of what I'm doing. And so then I can build on that, right, with a good foundation of saving. I took my circular to Sprouts, and there were some really good deals on there. There were some deals that looked like they were good, but maybe they weren't so good. So I'll tell you a few tips so far, and then I'll show you my haul when I get home. So last week, I will probably not do this week because I have a lot of chicken at home in the freezer already, and I actually bought a lot of like organic chicken breasts at home, and I put it in the freezer. And the reason why I got it so cheap is because it was, you know, marked down. So keep an eye out for the stuff that's marked down. It was organic, no antibiotics raised ever. You know, it was exactly the stuff that I would want to buy, but I ended up getting it like 50% off. And so now remember, when you come across meat like that, the store's not going to sell something that's going to make you sick. I mean, they don't want to be sued. It's just, you know, that the sell by date is a little bit less. So what I do is I either go home and I cook it right away, and I stick it all in a bag and put it in the fridge, the oven, or the crock pot, or something like that. and then or I freeze it. So I have 2 packages that I froze right away. And then another thing I did was I was looking for turkey for a recipe, and turkey of course is not in season right now, so I found a butterball breast of turkey, but it was so small, it was like 20 bucks, right? And I'm like, I'm not using 20 bucks out of my budget to buy this little tiny turkey for one meal. It's just ridiculous. And so I thought about it. I looked for turkey in the can. I looked for turkey in the lunch meat section that I could slice up. Didn't find it. And so I thought, okay, I'll go with chicken. So I was going to go with the St. John Soul's Food package, which is really good meat because it's like 1 point per serving. It's already made. It's in a bag. You can find it in the meat section, and sometimes you can find it in the frozen section. But it's like $5, $6 a bag, maybe $7. It depends on this bag size. And so during the course of that, I walked by the deli and I found the rotisserie chickens. Well, rotisserie chickens can cost anywhere from $5 to $7, right, each. They're made daily, but there's a section in the Walmart neighborhood market or Walmart market where they didn't sell the ones the day before or the night before, and they have to write the time that it was made on them so you'll know how fresh they were. Usually the night before will be sold the next day at half price. So I went to the deli and I got 3 full chickens that were rotisserie chickens for about $2.50 to $3 a piece, right? I got a ton of chicken, and so I separated the white meat from the dark meat, and then the wings and the legs, because my kids like the wings and legs, and I would use the chicken breast for the lighter recipes, and for the darker recipes, you know what I mean, maybe chicken salad or something like that. But I can control the amount of the areas of chicken that I'm using for recipes, and I just usually just take all the skin, and then I give that, you know, put that in the dog food, and they love that. And then with the bones, and that it didn't even go to waste, so I took the carcasses and I just boiled them down with water, and I made a really gelatinous, really good chicken bone broth, and that I put in the fridge for a soup, you know, later on. So totally stretched that chicken budget out. Amazing. So anyway, there's that. I will show you the haul that I got here at Sprouts, which isn't that big, and I'm a little worried about the extra things I still need to get for this week for my budget, because it added up to like $33, but I think I'm okay. I don't know, we'll see. If I get close, I'll be happy. All right, so I will see you at home. This is what I got at Sprouts, and normally I would want to get more than what I got, but this is, for me, it's quality stuff for the week that I needed. The grapes were on sale for 99 cents a pound, and they're really firm. They're gonna last a while. The kids really love them, and I'm gonna put these in maybe, you know, a chicken salad or something like that. The blackberries were 99 cents each. I got a couple of those. Now this is the bulk of my mine and my husband's carbs during the week. So I really didn't mind, you know, putting a little bit more money into these. I got the white sweet potatoes, got quite a few of those, and I also got purple sweet potatoes that are purple all the way through. These are huge on nutrition. So I really invested in my sweet potatoes. And then the butter, the Kerrygold butter was on sale, but only for 8 ounces. And so when I saw the 16 ounces for Sprouts, it was only 20 cents more. So I went ahead and just forego the Kerrygold and went ahead and got twice as much for a little bit more. The kids love to have the mandarin oranges, but they were expensive compared to these. There were 3 pounds of oranges for $1. So I got about 5 pounds of these for about $2 as opposed to $5 on the mandarins. I have chicken in the freezer and turkey. So I got a nice big pork shoulder butt for about $8. That was an investment. We're not going to eat all of this week, but I'll probably cook it all and then put some in the freezer so that we have some for later. The cabbages were an amazing price. They were 3 pounds for $1, so I got a couple of those. I needed some onions, and I was just going to buy like 1 or 2, but it was cheaper to just get a whole bag of them for like $2. So grabbed one of those. The kids love almond milk vanilla, and they had 2 for you buy one get one free. So I ended up getting both of these, and I double checked the price. It was cheaper to just go with these ones than the cheaper one that we normally buy. So one of those were free. This other one was like $4.40 or so. So altogether I spent $33, which 33 is like, yes, that's a hefty charge out of my $50 for the week. So it's going to be a real stretch to try to stay within the $50 for this week. Okay, the bread I usually buy is about $5 per loaf, but this is the one that I made out of some whole wheat flour and a little bit of all-purpose that I make at home. And I think what I'm going to do, because I'm not buying any bread this week, is I'm just going to I have enough to make a couple loaves, 2 or 3 loaves for this week. Cutting back on buying drinks, so I'm making my own sun tea out of these herbal teas. I have peach, blueberry, raspberry, black cherry in here, and it's going to go out in the sun until it gets good and dark. So I started out with about $17 left, and we stopped at the dollar store. And at the dollar store, these asparagus were about 99 cents a piece. So I got 2 of those because we have those all the time. And then I grabbed some strawberries, which were $1 there, a bag of grapefruit, which is going to be a real treat. And these were $1.99, a couple of bags of spinach for 99 cents a piece. My hubby absolutely loves these peppers. It was 99 cents for that. And I also grabbed 99 cents cauliflower there and some garlic for 99 cents. And now that I look at it, I probably should have gone here before I went to Sprouts for some things. So then I stopped at Vaughn's. I needed some sweetener, mayo, and bacon. And I use the bacon for flavoring things, dishes that I cook with and stuff. And I got a 30% off package. And then I found this mayonnaise there for half off of this. This was $2.50. And it's not our usual mayo, but this week it'll help me save on money. And I got a small box of this sweetener, which is going to do fine for this week. So all in all, I made it around $50 this week, but I went over like 30 cents or something like that. And I even got a free donut because I collect those little Monopoly game pieces from Vaughn's and Albertsons, and I had a free donut, and I split it 3 ways among the boys. And so I'm very happy with that. I can see the holes and the pitfalls and the things that the places that I'm going to need to maybe allow for more to purchase items next week. And so, but this week we're really going to try to stick to it with what we have at home and with what I bought this week and try to tough it out. So couldn't afford avocados this week. I've got a few in here, that'll have to last us. So we'll see what happens. All right, thanks guys for sharing the trips with me. See you later.